प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजे भिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामभित्रेवतो गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः देवाः तां विश्वरूपा पशवो वदन्ति निर्वागस्मादुष्टदयितु तदिष्वक्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुभतातन्तपोरिदिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्महृदये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः श्री ललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी समेत श्री चंद्रमौलीश्वराय नमः श्री कांची कामकोटी पीठाधिपति जगद्गुरु श्री शंकराचार्य श्री चरणयोः प्रणामाः स्वस्ति श्रीमदखिल भूमण्डलालंकार त्रयत्रिंशत्कोटि देवता सेवित श्री कामाक्षी देवी सनाथ श्रीमदेकाम्बरनाथ श्री महादेवी सनाथ श्री हस्तिगिरिनाथ साक्षात्कार परमाधिष्ठान सत्यव्रत रामांकित कांची दिव्य क्षेत्रे शारदा मठसुस्थितानाम् अतुलित सुधार समाधुर्य कमलासर कामिनी धम्मिल्ल संफुल्ल मल्लिका मालिका निश्चित मकरन्दझरी संवस्तिक मां निगुम्ब वज्रमणानंद तुन्दलित मनीष मंडलानाम् अलमृताद्वैत विद्या विरोध रसिकानाम् निरन्तरालङ्कृतीकृत शान्ति दान्ति भूम्नां सकल भुवन चक्र प्रतिष्ठापक श्री चक्र प्रतिष्ठा विख्यात यशोलङ्कृतानाम् निखिल पाषण्ड शन्त कंठकोत्पाटनेन विशदीकृत वेद वेदान्त मार्ग शन्नद प्रतिष्ठापकाचार्याणाम् श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य श्री जगद्गुरु श्रीमत् शंकर भगवत् पादाचार्याणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्रीमत् चंद्रशेखरेन्द्र सरस्वती संयमीन्द्राणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्री जयेन्द्र सरस्वती संयमीन्द्राणाम् अन्तेवासिवर्य श्रीमत् शंकर विजयेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीपादानां च चरणदेवोः सप्रश्रयं साध्यनिबद्धं च नमस्कुर्मः. Okay, so first of all, congratulations on making this step to participate and learn Ganapatham. As I said, normally Ganapatham is something that students are taught after 12, 13, 14 years of rigorous learning of Veda. However, we are in Kali Yuga, Prathame Pade. So, the idea of teaching Ghanam is to just put in a sort of spice and motivation for those who are seriously interested in learning Vedam and being able to enjoy the opportunities in gaining expertise in Vedic chanting. So depending on how you all respond, maybe we will continue this for more Ganapatams. And there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of resistance, there's a lot of difficulty in learning. Then we'll continue our routine path of regular classes, which happens on Saturdays. So, to all of you, regardless of which batch you're coming from, you have been taught the basics of Vedic chanting, right? So, what are all the key attributes for good Vedic chanting?
Lion.
Keep going.
Swara.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Mata.
Okay. Okay. So answers were pretty much there. What is important here is when you respond to questions like this, going forward, you need to ensure that you demonstrate a structure in your response. The structured response means you have clarity on the subject, you have clarity of thought, clarity of understanding on what the topic is, what the question is, and what are the correct answers. So, as the presentation correct it demonstrates a very good understanding of the subject and that you are taking it very seriously. Because unless you understand the subject, you will not be able to appreciate it or implement it when you practice. So, I've kept using the word akshara. Akshara is also called varna. Varna means pronunciation. அதுக்குள்ள எல்லாம் வந்துடுறது. So there are sandhis, visarga sandhis, இல்லையா? Anuswara, Anunasika. We have discussed and I've taught all of those things. So அதெல்லாம் கரெக்டாக வரணும். Wherever there is a dheergam, you have to give dheergam. Wherever there is a short swara, a short akshara, you have to give a short akshara. Swara is very important in Veda. Swara, how many swaras are there?
Three.
What are they?
Four. Yeah, that is them. Udata, Swarita, and Dirgha Swarita.
Correct. So that becomes 3 or 4? 4. Is this true for any Veda?
I think some of that's different.
Correct. So what Vedam are you guys learning? Another? Is that the correct answer?
Rigveda.
Vidyut will get a heart attack. Huh?
It's Krishna Yajurveda.
Correct. Prabhu's answer is correct. Why it has to be said as Krishna Yajurveda? There's something called Shukla Yajurveda, which is practiced up north. So Krishna Yajurveda வந்து Bhadram Karne Vishruryama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Bhakshabhirjajatraha. இது வருது. Shukla Yajurvedamல வந்து I am not a master at that, but I'll give you just a slight hint of how they chant it. Bhadram Karne Vishruryama Devaha. அதே மாதிரி ஸ்வஸ்திர இந்திரோ விருத்தஸ்ரவாஹ ஸ்வஸ்திர விஸ்வவேதாஹ ஸ்வஸ்திர பேதா. They are not wrong. That is Shukla Yajurveda. Peta. So அதே மாதிரி you have to be very specific in your answers. So the swara that we talked about is predominantly for Krishna Yajurveda. Rigveda swarams are different. Samaveda has got the full 7 swaras, Sapta swaras. அடுத்த attribute என்னது? ஸ்வரா தான் சொல்லிட்டு இப்போ. ஆதித்யா. குட் மார்னிங் ஆதித்யா. ஆதித்யா சாப்ஸ்டிக்லாம் தடவிட்டு வந்திருக்கா, இதனால தான் கொஞ்சம் தூக்கம் வந்திருக்கு போல இருக்கு. வேசலினா? குட். ஸ்வராக்கு அப்புறம் என்னது? பாத்ரா. வாட் இஸ் பாத்ரா? Correct. How many matras are there?
4.
What are they?
Okay. I only said it was 4 because that's what it says in the PDF that you sent us.
Okay.
But yeah.
But it's a good start. At least instead of staring at the screen, you are answering. I'm happy.
There's Ardha, Trisava, Dirgha, and Vruta.
Ardha means half.
Ardha.
Hraswa. 1 matra, that is short. Okay. Dirgha, 2 matra. Extended. Dirgham is 2, extended. Plutha nundu. Plutha means there are times where you will be given numbers as 3, 4 அப்படி numbers கொடுத்திருப்பான். I will demonstrate that when we come to that. Okay? அதை வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணணும். ஓ அப்படி அதை கவுண்ட் பண்ணி பண்ணுவான். ஸோ தோஸ் ஆர் மாத்ராஸ். பலம். வாட் இஸ் பலம்?
Your strength.
Correct. What are the different types?
Alpa prana, mahaprana.
What is alpa prana?
I know mahaprana is
What is mahaprana?
for something to emphasize.
Correct. Alpa means shorter, simple. You don't necessarily stress so much. So there are regular words,
Ama,
there are regular aksharas, and there are mahapranas.
ama. Is this like a DH in the D? By the Maria.
Correct.
Okay.
B is Balaram and Ba. Ba is mahaprana. Okay? So alpa prana, mahaprana. And you all know there are several rules that I've taught. When there is a alpa prana akshara, there's a mahaprana akshara. எப்படி அதை emphasize பண்ணணும், எப்படி transition பண்ணணும். We have talked a lot about all this stuff. What is the next attribute?
Sama.
Samaha.
What is it?
Continuity.
Okay, I thought you guys will speak in American accent. The Indian accent சொல்லிட்டு இல்லை கண்டினியூட்டின்னு. ஸ்கூல்ல எப்படி சொல்லுவேன்? Continuity, right?
I don't even say that word.
Okay. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. அதுக்கு பதிலா Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Because எனக்கு மூச்சு விட முடியல அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க, கரெக்டா?
No.
So, point that is being driven here is the way it is conceived, the way it was received. Conceived, received is the appropriate word. We have to follow exactly the way it was received. We don't have a choice to make modifications or variants. Correct? So, Shanchave, Bajashchave, Prijanchave, Rukabaschave, Kabaschave, Sauvaradashchave, Badranchave. சொல்லணும்னா அது கண்டினியூஸாக போயிட்டு இருக்கணும். You cannot chop and stop at will. So, ஒரு சமமாக போயிட்டு இருக்கணும். சமம் மீன்ஸ் ஒரு பேலன்ஸ்ட் ஸ்மூத் ஃப்ளோ. Got it? அடுத்தது என்னது?
Santana.
Santana.
So that is pronunciation. Oh, sorry, punctuation. Punctuationனாக்க ரிஷபா இப்போதான் உனக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் காமிச்சேன் இன்னைக்கு. Can you chant that particular Rick? என்னது? மகான்யாசத்தில் உனக்கு காமிச்சேன் திருப்பி திருப்பி டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேஷன். அப்பாவி அம்மாவை கூப்பிடணும் போ.
Indrasam neta bruhaspatir dakshina yajñah purayedu somaha.
ஸோ இதை வந்து ஒரு ஃப்ளாட்டாக சொல்லிட்டு போகக்கூடாது. எங்கெல்லாம் பங்க்சுவேஷன் பண்ணணுங்கிறது வந்து இட் இஸ் வெரி கிளியர்லி டிஃபைன். அந்தந்த இடத்துல ஒரு ஐ யூஸ் த டேர்ம் நானோ செகண்ட் பாஸ் ஆர் குரூப்பிங். I've used several different words to explain that. So the punctuation is very important. ஏன்னா எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து சொல்றது அதே மாதிரி சொல்லணும். Now you all chanted, agreed it is online, but every time you chant Dhyana Shlokam, you see each one chants at a different speed. Each one starts off differently. Does it look good? அதுக்கு பதிலா if you put in an effort, you can master the art of trying to make sure that your timing is consistent. அதாவது ஓம் கணானாம் த்வா கணபதிகம் மவாமஹே கவிம் கவீரா லயம் வந்து ஃபிக்ஸா இருக்கும். எல்லாருக்கும் எல்லாரும் ஒரே மாதிரி சொல்லலாம் இல்லையா? கவிம் கவீராம் உபஸ்ரவஸ்தவம் முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஜேஷ்டராஜம் சொல்றது எப்போ எத்தனை கேப்ல ஆரம்பிக்கணும் அதுவும் ஃபிக்ஸ்டு. அதை ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒரு மாதிரி ஆரம்பிச்சா தாரமாரமாக போயிட்டு இருக்கும். So there is a lot of discipline required in all of these things. It is time that all of you put in those rules in place when you chant and you see the difference. அதே தியான ஸ்லோகம் பண்றது கேட்கறதுக்கும் ரொம்ப லட்சணமா இருக்கும். you'll get goosebumps. எதுக்கு சொல்றோம்னா இந்த பேசிக்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு கிளியரா இல்லைன்னா you cannot go to advanced levels. You cannot say I'm finding it difficult, I don't understand, I don't remember. The excuse செல்லாது. அதுக்கு தான் இந்த PDF கொடுத்துருக்கேன் இன்னைக்கு. I'll keep on updating this PDF document with more content. That should become your basic Bible of answering questions related to chanting. யாராவது கேட்டானா you must be able to give clear, crystal clear answers in a very structured fashion. Never just throw something at random. Correct? If somebody says, describe how a human being looks, அப்படின்னாக்கா nails, scalp, throat, face, அப்படின்னு ஒவ்வொன்றா தாறுமாறுமா ரேண்டமாக சொன்னாக்கா it doesn't make sense. Correct? You go either from the feet up all the way to the head or head down all the way to the feet. There is a structure. So somebody who's listening to you will be able to visualize what you're saying. All right? So the next part, which is very critical for today, I have talked about this in a very high level, briefly giving you a hint of how disciplined the recitation methods are. The rishis wanted absolutely no modification, no variations brought in by anybody, whether it is 100,000 years, 5 million years, 5 billion years. They didn't want anybody to make a change. Don't say this is Kali Yuga, this is USA, this is New Jersey. It doesn't make any difference. Vedam is Vedam. It has to be chanted exactly the same way. How do you ensure that? In good old days, it used to be oral. So the guru will say it, the students will just listen to it and repeat it. There is no notes and PDF and digital format. The more you bring in all these things, the more you have such online classes and all those things, it introduces errors. It introduces differences. What I say may not be what you hear at your end, vice versa. அதெல்லாம் அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்காக they had devised a very, very, very rigorous approach of reciting the Vedas. When we say Vedas, it is not just Rudram, Chamakam, Purusha Sukta. Vedas means end to end. Entire Vedas will be learned and practiced and chanted according to these styles. So you can imagine how rigorous that learning has been. So at the high level, it can be categorized into two parts, Prakriti and Vikriti. Prakriti nale natural. Natural varad. The default, the regular. Vikriti அப்படின்னா crooked. Means you introduce a lot of twists and turns and complexities. This is the two different subdivisions. So Prakriti la, again there are two methods of learning and chanting. Samhita Patham. Samhita Patham na Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya அப்படி சொல்லி சொல்லி கற்றுக் கொடுக்கிறது. So you'll keep on repeating Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Namaste Rudramanyava Bhutota Ishave Namaha. இது வந்து சம்ஹிதா பேர். அந்த மாதிரியும் கற்றுக்கணும், அது மாதிரியும் சாண்ட் பண்ணணும். Whereas if you see the Vaidika, can anybody give an example, very good example of the Padapatha? எங்க வந்து Vaidika demonstrate பண்றாங்க? Let me see how many of you observe. வாத்தியார் ஆத்துல வருது. Predominantly they will use this Padapatha style. Can anybody say that? Come on.
The priest makes the person who's doing the puja recite.
When? Very good. You're spot on.
When you're doing the Mamopartha.
Correct. Let's give a huge round of applause to Aditya. Or Aditya's dad, maybe. Yeah. Brilliant, Aditya. Really, really hats off. அப்பதான் சொல்லுவா ஏன் சொல்லுவான்னா இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சம் பீப்புள் கேன் ஒன்லி சே இட் லைக் திஸ் மம பாத்த சமஸ்த துர்தக்ஷத்வாரா ஸ்ரீ பரமேஸ்வர் பிரீத்தியர்த்தம் அந்த அந்த ஸ்பீடில் அது மாதிரி சொன்னா தான் அவளுக்கு தெரியும். வேற வைதிகா வந்து மம உபார்த்த சமஸ்த துரித க்ஷயத்வாரா ஸ்ரீ பரமேஸ்வர பிரீத்தியர்த்தம் ஏன்னா the host yajamana has to chant exactly what they are saying. They can only do that because they have learned the Padapatham also thoroughly well. என்ன வேதத்தையும் எந்த செக்ஷனையும் அவ வந்து பதம் ஸ்டைல்ல ஈஸியா எஃபர்ட்லெஸ்ஸா சொல்லுவான். Do you understand what I'm saying? It is not as easy as it sounds. If you become a priest, you will know how difficult it is to switch from one style to the other style. And if you just say continuously, the yajamana will not be able to follow anything. So that is the second style. See, in the PDF la paathelna Isha, Vasyam, Idam, Sarvam, Yat, Kincha, Jagatyam, Jagatu, அப்படின்னு பிரிச்சு பிரிச்சு ஒண்ணா சொல்லுவா. That is Padapatha. Word for word. Now let us get to the Vikriti part. This is where the complexity starts. There are traditionally 8 Vikriti combinations. As you can see, in the Jata is 1, 2. இப்போ முன்னாடி பதம்ல பார்த்தேன்னா the number போட்டிருக்கா பாரு 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means it is Isha is 1, Vasyam is 2, Idam is 3, Sarvam is 4. அது மாதிரி ஒரு தரம் 1, 2, 3, 4 நம்பர் புரிஞ்சிருக்குன்னா ஜட்டால என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3 இதை பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும். Can anybody take the Idam Vasyam and try to give an example of Jata?
Idam Vasyam, Vasyam, Idam, Idam Vasyam.
Correct. Super, Sridhar. அது போயிட்டே இருக்கணும். அண்ட் இது வந்து வெறும் வார்த்தை மாத்திரம் இல்லை, ஸ்வரத்தோட பண்ணணும். So that is Jata. Mala is 1, 2, then you go to 2, 1, then again 1, 2, 2, 3. Is anybody willing to give it a shot?
Mama, can I?
Yes.
Idam Vasyam Vasyam, Idam Idam Vasyam, Idam Vasyam Vasyam.
No. Take the, you are actually picking up 2, 3 ne pandral. Idam Vasyam, Vasyam Idam ke pandral. That is fine. So 2, 3 is Vasyam Idam, 4 is Sarvam. Correct? So you go to 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. Correct? 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. Apo Vasyam Idam. Come on.
Idagam Sarvam.
Idam Idam.
2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. It will be Vasyam Idam, Idam Sarvam, Sarvam Idam. இது புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கே எவ்வளவு கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. அப்ப ஃபுல் வேதம் அது மாதிரி சாண்ட் பண்ணணும்னா எப்படி இருக்கணும்? ஓகே, ஸோ அடுத்தது வந்து சிகா அதே மாதிரி இட் பிகம்ஸ் 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. அது மாதிரி அந்த பேட்டர்ன் போயிட்டு இருக்கும். ரேகா 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 போயிட்டு இருக்கும். Dvaja, 1, 2, very complex. 1, 2, then you go to 9900. That means 1, 2 in the first part, the last 2 words, you approach it from both ends. It's extremely complex. Danda, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, Amari. Then you go to Ratha, 1, 2, 5, 6. எப்படி ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிறது இதை? சொல்லி கொடுக்கறதையே அது மாதிரி சொல்லி கொடுப்பா. அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி 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 எஃபர்ட்லெஸ்ஸாக மெமரைஸ்டாக அதெல்லாம் பண்ணுவான் வைதிகாலில். ஓகே, இதெல்லாம் தாண்டினதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் கனபாட்டத்துக்கு வருவான், which is the last stage. So in Ganapatham, you will go continuously up to like 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Again, the next part, it will start as 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. Are you getting a feel for what we are getting into? Good. So, do you understand how rigorous the method of chanting and teaching has been? That you go whichever way you want, you cannot make a mistake on any of those attributes that we saw in the first line. You cannot give any lame duck excuses to say, consistent. So, having got a little bit of basics in terms of what it is, now let us get into the chanting. எப்பொழுதுமே ஒரு ஸ்டைல் இன்னொன்று என்னன்னாக்கா, இந்த சம்ஹிதம் ஒருத்தனை சொல்லுவா, கணம் ஆரம்பிக்கிறத எப்பொழுதுமே அது ஒரு ஸ்டைல் உண்டு. அன்லஸ் இட் இஸ் அ ஃபுல் ஃபிளெஜ்ட் எக்ஸ்டென்சிவ் கணபாராயணம், ஆசீர்வாதெல்லாம் பண்றது typically they will give the samhitam once just for people to know what they're going to say. So அதாவது கணானாந்தோட கணம் பண்ணணும் சொல்றது அவ என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா சம்ஹித ஒரு தடவை சொல்லிடுவான். ஓம் கணானாம் த்வா கணபதிகம் அவாமஹே கவிம் கவீனாம் உபமஸ்ரவஸ்தமம் ஜேஷ்டராஜம் பிரம்மணாம் பிரம்மணஸ்பத ஆனஷ்டன்வன்னோதிபிः சீதசாதனம் சொல்லிட்டு then they will get into the ganam chanting. Are you all ready?
Yes, Mama.
Only 2 answers.
Yes, Mama.
Good. So you have the script in front of you. Please try to pay a lot of attention and focus. It is not easy. It requires extraordinary amount of focus and practice and perfection. Okay? So chant after me. Om. So all of you, those who are operating at different shrutis, different styles, ella consistent align பண்ணிக்கங்க.
உங்களுக்கு தான மாமா?
என்னமா?
உங்களுக்கு தான பண்ணா?
ஆமா. Yeah, whatever I'm saying, you try to match and align with that same way. Gananam tva tva gananam நிர்மல் கொஞ்சம் ஸ்ருதி பேலன்ஸ் பண்ண. அர்ஜுன் நீ ஏத்து இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் திருப்பி. கணானாம் த்வா த்வா கணானாம் கணானாம் த்வா கணபதிம் கணபதிம் த்வா Somebody is slow, somebody is fast. Try to match with what I'm saying. Tirupi. Gananam tva ganapatim ganapatim tva Gananam gananam tva ganapatim Tirupi. Gananam gananam tva ganapatim Good. So now I'm going to do the whole line in one go. See the stability and the consistency with which I chant it. You can't rush, you can't slow down. Consistent, stable, smooth. Gananam tva tva gananam gananam tva ganapatim ganapatim tva gananam gananam tva ganapatim. One more time. Okay, how did you find it?
Different.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make pairs. மொத்தமா எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்கு?
7, and not including you.
2, 4, 6, 8 இருக்கடா.
Wait, Mama, you're number 8.
No, I'm number 9.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I only see it on the screen.
Okay, fine. So, Rishabha, you and Prabhu will be one pair. Okay? Now, Vichakungo. Aditya and Satish, one pair. Nirmal and Vidyut, one pair. Sridhar and Arjun, one pair. Fair enough? You all remember?
Yes.
Okay, now I will say Om. Now, cholli mudicha odane, the first pair will start Ganana mudikano. Number 1. That is the rule number 1. After the first pair finishes Ganapatim, by the time the Tim is done, pay attention to what I'm saying. By the time the Tim is done, the second pair would have started Ganana. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, Rishabha.
Mama?
Only you.
Yeah.
Just do the first line, and I will show you how when you finish Ganapatim, I'm starting Ganana.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, like whatever you just taught us right now, right?
Yes, whatever I taught just now, just do it in the same style, same speed, same layam, and you see how I'm picking up as soon as you are finishing. And others, please observe the timing. It is extremely important. Yeah, go ahead. Only Rishabha. ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம். Just is the demo தான்.
Gananam tva ganapatim tva gananam
Gananam tva gananam tva ganapatim tva gananam tva ganapatim. You saw that?
Yes, Mama.
Correct. And the Tim mudiyarte, you have to time it so well. When Rishabha is saying Tim, the other person starts Gananam tva. Don't add Om, etc. on your own. Just chant exactly the way I'm doing it. So now the first pair is going to start after I say Om. Om is just a cue. I'm starting first time. Another pair first. Ella sequence nyamarkolli yaar pair eppa sequence. Don't mess up. So let us go for it. Huh?
It's in the order that you made them.
In the order I made with the pair that I made.
Okay.
If you want, I can start again and clarify. Rishabha, Prabhu. Aditya was paired up with Satish. Nirmal and Vidyut. And Sridhar and Arjun. Right? Ready? Good.
Yes.
So, Om. Okay, so let us take a moment and analyze what were the mistakes made and what is the correction for that. First and the foremost, enna tappache?
I think Rishabh and I were chanting in different speeds.
Correct. Correct.
He was,
Illa, Prabhu, go slow. One another. I want people to take notes and make sure that as we progress, this is the first class, so it is okay. As we progress, I would like to see whether we are making improvement in all of these observations that we are making right now. Right? Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu. One by one, slow.
Sure. Patham, first of all, the speed, we were not in sync.
Good.
Second, I think is just because of familiarity of the words and the sequence in which the chanting had to come in, there was a bit of tentativeness across.
Right. Fair enough.
And then there was also the shruti was different when different pairs were starting.
Correct.
So it was not always the same shruti across the board.
Correct. Where? இன்னும் நிறைய தப்பா இருக்கு.
We did not start at every pair did not start at the same where the previous pair was finishing.
Correct.
The timing was off.
Correct. And almost every pair did not follow my clear instruction. I made it very clear. When the previous pair is finishing Tim, the next pair should have started Ga. Not after the finish. And Aditya, the group is small. You don't have to mute, unmute. So even in a regular class, I've seen there is a delay from your end. I don't know what the reason is. So you'll have to work hard to avoid that delay. Number one. Okay. So, ரெண்டாவது அதே இது எல்லாரும் வேற வேற லயத்துல சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தா. So it shows that you're not tuned to the layam, right? If I give you a simple beat, Vidyat உனக்கு பியானோல இல்ல வேற எதுல பீட் அடிக்க முடியுமா உன்னால?
I can give a metronome master.
Yeah, metronome செட் பண்ண முடியுமா நான் பண்றேன் இதுக்கு பிச்சுக்கு? நான் சொல்றேன் அதை நீ செட் பண்ண தகுந்த மாதிரி, ரைட்? ஓம் கணானாம் த்வா த்வா கணானாம் கணானாம் த்வா கணபதிம் கணபதிம் த்வா கணானாம் கணானாம் த்வா கணபதிம். பரவாயில்ல, I am not expecting accurate. I am just giving a general idea. So இப்போ இதுல நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன்னா somebody cannot say gananam twa twa gananam and the third person cannot go like gananam twa twa. That's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? இதுல வந்து accuracy, consistency is very important. So அதையும் கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. Tentativeness, Prabhu, what you mentioned, it is okay. That will come only after a little bit of practice. This is a very completely new style of chanting. It will take time. That I am not concerned. I am very concerned about that each person is giving their own matra. Adu panna kodadu. Okay, so we'll give it one more shot. And I'm going to chant the whole thing now, and let's see how you pick up from where I finished. Okay? Sequences, ellaru order of chanting Pathukungo. And Arjun, again, there is a difference between the way you are chanting and Sridhar is chanting. I don't want you to be slowed down by him or him to be slowed down by you. Either way. Okay? If you got what I'm saying, you continue. The person who is off tune will automatically stand out. You should not get distracted. Right? Okay, great. So, Om Gananam Tva Gananam Tva Ganapatim Tva Gananam Tva Ganapatim Good. So this was slightly better than the first attempt. Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Still, Rishabha, you see how much there is a difference between yours and Prabhu's chanting.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So here is one advice I will give. You've got 7 days before the next Monday class.
Okay.
You have Prabhu's number. Likewise, everybody has got the pair's number. Whatever time you spend, half an hour, 1 hour, every day half an hour, you decide. By next Monday, make sure that both of you are absolutely in sync. Okay, I'm not asking you to do the full Ghanam. Just one line. Right?
Okay, now.
அதே மாதிரி அவ பேர் நீங்க அடிங்கோ. And Arjun, you have the toughest challenge because it is very difficult to get this other guy. So don't get frustrated. If he decides he can create time, he will. Because he is working in a company which they will have annual closings, etc., periodic closings, so he might get pulled into it. Don't get frustrated. Do your best.
Exactly. Arjun, I'll give you time. Exactly 28, 29, Saturday, Sunday, not so. Friday it starts. But Arjun, I'll be with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. So that's a good start. All of you go back to the YouTube and see what is happening. You'll get some idea. And you try to sync it up with the speed that I'm saying. We will increase the speed, etc. later once we get the fluency. Okay?
Wait, Mama. So, like, the pair is supposed to sync together with a speed of our own, or like your speed?
No, my speed. My speed.
Wait, is it on YouTube?
Yeah, all this class is available on YouTube as a public. I don't even need to share with anybody. It's available as a public YouTube.
Okay, all right.
Okay? So you keep playing the YouTube over and over again. You watch it over and over again. Get all the inputs. Get all the observations that Prabhu made, where you all made a mistake, and work on those mistakes. Work on those corrections. And you will see the fun. You will see the difference in your own chanting quality. ஏன்னா இப்போதான் உங்களோட அந்த டிஃபரன்சஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்து தெரியும். For example, somebody is stopping at the 4th Gananam, somebody is stopping at the Twa, somebody is stopping at Ganavatim, catching a breath. அதுதான் கூடாது. That is why I said punctuation அதே மாதிரி எடுத்துன்னு போகும். And if you are unable to hold your breath for those 4 words, then work on pranayama, work on improving your breath control. So none of the external factors should put pressure on you where you say, no, I ran out of breath, I'm going to take a pause here. That is the challenge. Okay? Aditya, நீ ஸ்டாண்ட் வாங்கலைன்னா நான் உனக்கு அமேசான்லேருந்து கிஃப்ட் பண்ணி டெலிவர் பண்ணிடுவேன். And stand அப்பா வாங்கி கொடுத்துருக்கானா, then don't keep pushing the stand.
The stand, I have the stand right now, it just fell down.
ஸ்டாண்ட் இருக்குன்னா ஸ்டாண்ட் தான் நோண்டுறான்.
இல்ல அவன் வாயிலே ஒத்துக்கிட்டான்னு தான் சொன்னேன் நான். பர்மனண்டா யூடியூப்ல இருக்க போறது. Clear? So pay attention, Aditya. So once again, I'm going to go to the second line just to give a variation. If there is any one of you that can be ready for both, hats off. It is not expected, but if you feel that you are willing to take the challenge and go for the second one also to synchronize between the two of you, make an attempt to do it. இப்போதைக்கு நான் சொல்லி கொடுக்கறத எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து சொல்லுங்க. Okay? Twa Ganapatim Ganapatim Twa Twa Ganapatigam Havamahe Havamahe Ganapatim Twa Twa Ganapatigam Havamahe. Arjun, you got to fix that. There is a drag in your chanting now. I will mock your chanting and show you. Konja exaggerate panni pandre. You will know what I am saying. Don't say Ganapati Gum Hava. Adu tappu. Okay? Enna agona matra full out of control poidum. All right?
Anna, one quick question. So in the line na vandu the pattern, why is it that we have Ganapati Gum in two places but it's not consistent across?
அது வந்து it's basically பதபேதம் பண்ணினாக்க the root definition of the same word will be different. Ama.
Okay.
If I have to explain that, I have to go into the details of the Anuswara rules, etc.
Okay. So it is grammatical rules.
Ama, grammatical rules.
Okay.
Grammatical rules also, the swara will change in certain places. Pataka. Pirikirte.
Okay. Understood.
And that adjustment is made based on that they cannot change the harmonic pattern. அப்போ அந்த ஹார்மோனிக் பேட்டர்ன்ல என்ன பண்றோம்னா நம்ம வந்து இப்போ இரு பிளஸ் ஆ ரான்னு சொல்லிடுறோம். அப்போ அதை வந்து நான் பிரிச்சேன்னாக்கா ஐ ஹவ் டு ஸ்டில் மெயின்டைன் த மீட்டர் அண்ட் த வேவ் ஃபார்ம். அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி அந்த ஸ்வராஸ் அட்ஜஸ்ட் ஆகும். ஓகே, யா. ஸோ இட்ஸ் நாட் அ டைப்போ. ஓ, கம்னு வரவே இல்லையா தமிழ்ல?
No, in English there's like a I above in, and that's Ganapati, right?
ஓகே, தென் ஐ ஹேவ் டு செக். இது சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா சந்திரபிந்து வந்திருக்கும், அதுதான் அந்த கம்.
Yes, also Chandrabindu in English.
Yeah, so in conversion to English and Tamil, maybe that is getting lost. I'll just review that and I'll make the correction before tomorrow. இப்போதைக்கு நான் சொல்றதை நீங்க ரிப்பீட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க and watch the YouTube to practice. By tomorrow morning you'll have the corrected script.
Okay, Mama.
Yeah. So delete the English and Tamil version, whatever you got today. So again, starting from the beginning. Twa Ganapatim Ganapatim Twa. என்னாச்சு, எங்க தூங்கிட்ட நீ? சேர்ந்து எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து சொல்லு. त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे हवामहे गणपतिं त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे இப்போ நான் சேர்ந்து சொல்றேன், நீங்களும் சேர்ந்து அது மாதிரி கடைசியில சொல்லுங்க. त्वा गणपतिं त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे हवामहे गणपतिं त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे. त्वा மேலே ஆரம்பிக்கிறது. त्वा அனுதாத்தா ரிஷபா. त्वा ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து அனுதாத்தா. பார்த்து பண்ணுங்க.
Is there a reason why that is also changed? Again from a pattern standpoint, right?
ஆமா pattern காதா
அனுதாத்தா வரல அந்த இதுல இல்ல. Is it because every line has to start with the anudatta?
இல்ல அப்படி இல்ல. That is not the necessary rule. பார்த்து பண்ண ரிஷபா. You are starting with udata. So again எல்லாரும் திருப்பி இன்னொரு பண்ணுங்க. எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து சொல்லுங்க. நீ இப்ப ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுலயே நீ எல்லாம் டைரக்டா உதாத்தால ஆரம்பிச்சிட்ட. சூப்பர். பண்ணுங்க, இன்னொரு தடவை பண்ணுங்க. சூப்பர். ஸோ ஃபார் அ சேஞ்ச் ஒன் பை ஒன் எல்லாரும் தனித்தனியாக சொல்லுங்க. ஒரே ஒரு தரம். And in the same sequence, first Rishabha, then Prabhu, then Aditya, then Satish, அது மாதிரி. இல்ல, just the second line, each one of you chant the whole thing together, one person at a time.
Ganapatim tva Ganapatim havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatim havamahe
tva Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
tva Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
tva Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
tva Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe
Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe havamahe Ganapatim tva Ganapatigum havamahe.
Good. Even though Sridhar chanted out of turn, you all didn't get distracted. You managed it. That is another art that you have to learn. Don't get lost. You have to manage at that moment of time what is the right thing to do and move on. Okay? Was this class interesting?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see how much you are able to practice before the next class. Who is able to deliver at least one properly, and which pair is able to deliver both?
Okay, Mama.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Pa. Thanks, all of you. Let us make this a success. So at least we should learn 2 full Ghanam. Okay. Before the Mahashivratri.
Thank you, Mama.
Take care. Good night.
Thank you.
Mama.
Or no share.